friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. So today is going to be another meal that's going to be just one of those simple, easy meals. I'm going to use my hotlogic. I told you guys about this probably about a week ago. And I like the fast dinners like this because there's just sometimes I just don't feel like cooking and I go through my freezer. I'm like, oh my gosh, what can I cook? And then I remember things like this. So what this is the French dip we had made 3 weeks, maybe a month ago or so. And we had some left over. We gave some to Kim because she likes French dips and stuff. So this is how we package this up, okay? So we take our vacuum sealer. I've had this thawing out a little bit. I wasn't ready to make the video yet, but this is still gonna be ready whenever it is that we go and eat tonight. The only thing I'll have to do is I'll toast the French bread, make up some French fries to make this makes this really Frenchy, I guess. So I have my hotlogic plugged in here. I'll show you just how simple this is and just how this just, and you know, like the French fries is gonna be no big deal. The bread's gonna be no big deal. Throw that over there in the June and dinner will be made. It'll be pretty much almost completely hands off. That's one thing. I mean, I know the hotlogic is meant more for like, maybe, you know, like you're working or you're a truck driver or whatever have you. But I use mine a lot here at the house because I don't like to use the microwave. I haven't used the microwave probably at least 5 or 6 years. I use it for the 15 seconds to melt butter. I don't really consider that whatever, and I will not warm up like a meal like this. I mean, Mark still uses the microwave. I wish he wouldn't. He says, well, I create too many dishes if I do it on the stove, or, you know, if I... Really? I mean, I don't like to do dishes, but you know what I'm saying. That's not an excuse. Just stop using the microwave. I wish we could get rid of it, but he's not ready to get rid of it yet. So here it sits. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it down here and show you what we're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and just open this up. I don't resave these bags or anything. And especially if it had meat in there, I definitely wouldn't. And almost every meal I have has meat, so we won't do that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just drop that in here. Now it has some of the au jus is still left in there, not a lot. I don't usually add the au jus to mine. Mark would probably take up whatever au jus that there was. You can see this is still just a smidge frozen, but it's going to work out just fine. Wipe off my hands. So then all I have to do, wipe that off. All I have to do is put my lid on, put this in my hotlogic mini. Now, you guys remember there is a hotlogic mini contest going on until July 4th, 2025. Shut this, and then what's going to happen is this is going to just go ahead and warm up. This warms up to 160 degrees. Guess I could probably bring that up just a smidge. This is warmed up to 160 degrees. This will be ready when I'm ready. So at sometime after 3:30, when Mark's home and I feel like getting the rest of that around, we'll just break out the Ninja Crispi and do the French fries because that did work out pretty good. And then I'll use the June for the little French bread with Parmesan cheese on there. Or not Parmesan, can't think of the name of the cheese right now. But anyways, so that's simple. I mean, that's like completely hands-off meals. That's the way I like to cook. I mean, they all don't work like that. I mean, obviously, I had to cook the meal, but I cooked that over there in the Rio, and that way I had all the leftovers, and things were done, and it worked out very well. So I'll bring you back when we're getting ready, and we'll make the French fries. We'll do the French bread for the sandwiches, and we will get this going. So we'll be back. Okay, so Mark's on his way home here. So I'm going to go ahead and start some of the French fries. I'm going to use those fast food French fry ones. We did like those last time. That should be enough. There's still probably enough for one more meal. Put a little bit of oil on here. A little bit of salt. And then that should be good. Now on this, if you already haven't watched any of my videos on this, There is re-crisp, bake, air fry, and stuff, and it has like the temps that's hooked to that. And so I am going to go ahead and do the max crisp because that's what I did last time. Be nice if I actually plug this in. Plugging it in would be very helpful. I thought I already did that, but I didn't. Alright, that might work. So anyway, so I'm going to go to mode, extra crispy. I can't remember if it was 8 or 9 minutes or something like that. I don't remember. I'm going to go ahead and put it on for 10 because I'm out here. Go ahead and hit start. And that was provolone cheese. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my French loaf. And I can't remember how many we have. Let me ask Mark real quick. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do like 4 each. So what I like to do is I like to put this in the June underneath, kind of like making this kind of like almost garlic bread, and then I put the cheese on there, and then I put the meat, so it works out pretty good. So this way everything is kind of getting done about the same time. Now the French dips are already done, it's warm, everything's good on that. So we'll just go ahead and finish this up here and put some garlic on this and toss this in the June, and we'll move along on this. And then let me go ahead and put a little bit of garlic on each. I should just do it this way because I get too much on there. Of course, it's a mess always when I do it that way, but it works. Alright, I'll go ahead and put those over there in the June. Alright, so this is the June, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Now, usually what happens is it asks you what you're doing. I'm just going to go ahead and hit white bread, continue. It says it's toasting, so it's going to go ahead and hit that, and in about 7 minutes that's going to be done. And that's what the oven looks like, by the way. Alrighty, so that was 10 minutes, and I'm stirring it with my little spoon here for the dinner, but that worked out nice. The June toasted the garlic bread really good. So what happens is I put like a piece of cheese on each garlic bread, and then here's Mark's. You're doing the same thing to his. Alright. And then the French dip stuff is all done, as you can see. And like I said, Mark likes it with more of the juice. So I will get out a little thing and pour some juice into a little ramekin type thing. But this... Mark's sneaking getting French fries. This should work here. Let me try to get some of this juice off because it's a big mess when it's not. But all you have to do pretty much is just take the meat off here. And like I said, once I pull my meat out, there will be more of the juices available for Mark. And his will be done the same way. And because it's toasted, the bread's still going to get a little bit soggy, but it's not going to get as soggy as not being toasted, because we've done it both ways. Alright. And then kind of like push this over to the side a little bit. Throw some French fries in here, and like I said, it was 10 minutes on the extra crispy. And that worked out pretty good. So other than me making a big mess and putting French fries every which way, this is our French dip dinner with hotlogic. And, you know, this makes a good use of leftovers, and as you can see, it's pretty much hands off for everything. So let me know if you've ever done it this way, or would you. Thanks very much for stopping by. You have a very blessed and wonderful day.